and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's a heck of a day today, you know. It's a heck of a day today. So viewers, SOE in Trinidad and Tobago, that will be our topic for tonight, viewers. Let's hear what you have to say. 238-6716 is the number to call in, viewers. Remember, we are live on Synergy, 7 to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. So before we go any further, those of you who enjoyed your Christmas, all well and good. Those who got ticket for driving on the road drunk, all well and good. Your license should be suspended. Those bandits who got caught over the Christmas season trying to rob people, purse snatchers, persons who decided to break in people's house, persons who decided to steal people's vehicle, and you got caught over the Christmas season, well done to TTPS. Well done, well done, well done. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, Acting Attorney General Stuart Young have stated that the curfew will not be part of the state of emergency and there will be no restriction on public meetings, marches, or gathering. So, the SOE was declared early this morning, December 30th, 2024. The minister stated that the SOE would specifically target criminals who use illegal high-velocity firearm amid and addressing the brazen act of criminality. Listen to this.
The first thing I'd like to tell you all is that at this stage, the government has taken the decision there is not going to be any curfew. That decision is because the targeting of this national public state of emergency is on those who engage in criminal activity with criminal intent of endangering the public safety through the use of these illegal firearms, both high velocity as well as illegal handguns and the other likes. Those are the persons who are being targeted by this state of emergency. So, unlike 1990 and unlike the 2011 state of emergency, this state of emergency at this time will have no curfew. It will also not seek to affect public meetings, public gatherings, excuse me, and public marches as the states of emergency in 1990 and 2011 for some unknown reason did so affect. This state of emergency, I repeat, is being specifically targeted on the criminal elements and their use and their brazen acts, their use of illegal firearms and their brazen acts of violent criminal activity that are affecting not only the gangs, but also us, the law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
So Trinidad and Tobago, after hearing this, I want to ask you, what type of state of emergency do we have in Trinidad and Tobago? What type of SOE do we have in Trinidad and Tobago presently? 238-6716. I want to hear what you have to say. Because we became the laughing stock of 2024. Trinidad and Tobago became the laughing stock of 2024. The only thing came out of this state of emergency, this SOE, is that the minister, the acting attorney general, gave the army and the police the power to come into your property without identification of they are an officer of the law and no warrant. That is the only thing that came out of this SOE. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, Young noted that there will be a 48-hour holding period where people can be held under the regulations. Listen to this.
The police service will be given the powers to search premises without warrants, to search persons without warrants, who they have suspicions of carrying out criminal activities, a lot of it associated with illegal firearms, and also to detain persons for periods of time. The regulations are setting out the process and the procedure. We're going to have a 48-hour holding period where persons can be held under these regulations. Thereafter, either a magistrate or a senior police officer can make an order of detention for another 7 days whilst evidence is being gathered with respect to persons held under the state of emergency regulations.
Well, good night. Make it short and sweet.
Right. Good night, and a blessed 2025 to all your listeners. Quickly, the SOE, I want to put a question directly into the face of the acting Attorney General, the Z-man, we know what the Z for, and the sleeping Minister of Security. Listen to me. Is this SOE for only blue-collared criminals, or is it for white-collared criminals? Why am I asking that? Is the white-collared criminals funding the big guns? So you can't go after only the fellas who carrying the guns and using it. You have to go after the people who funding the gun. No, the other thing is why I focus on white-collar crime. You know, we have $3 billion missing, and nobody investigating a finance minister. So all of that. And the other thing, when the police rush in your house, when the army rush into your house, I want all of them to be wearing cameras so we can see what they're doing. And I want them to give people the authority to film them. Every policeman and army man come in, they must have written down in a paper, these are the people entering your house, and give the people in the house.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, the minister added that the SOE is targeting the unlawful possession of firearm, ammunition, and explosive. Persons who are found in the company of anyone with these items will also be detained. The regulation will also suspend the ability to apply for bail. Listen to this.
It is targeting the unlawful possession of firearms, ammunition, explosives. Persons who are found in the company of anyone with these items will also be detained. As I said, there will be the power to stop and search by the police. They will be allowed to enter and search premises, to stop and search any vessel, vehicle, or individual, whether in a public space or not. They will be able to arrest without a warrant any person suspected has acted or is acting or is about to act in a manner prejudicial to public safety or to public order, or to have committed or is committing or about to commit an offense against the regulations. It will also suspend the ability for bail in the circumstances where you're detained under these regulations and the public emergency.
Trinidad and Tobago. So here it is. The minister said there will be the firearms, ammunition, and explosive. Unlawful, he said. Persons who are found in the company of anyone with these items will be also detained. The regulation will also suspend the ability to apply for bail. Trinidad and Tobago. The police can stop and search any vehicle. They already have that ability. They already possess that power, so it's nothing new. Number two, police can enter your house only with a warrant. Now I will tell you something. I have a lot of judges, JPs, lawyers in very, very high position in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to know who is the individual that gave these dons head and them these sorts of things. You see that press conference today? Trinidad and Tobago is a waste of time. Eyesight telling all of that on national television. National television. To get a warrant to go search somebody's house is not no big maths. You don't have to add one and add one to get two. You don't. The senior in the station will call the JP or the judge. Sign up a search warrant. We want to go and raid John Doe house, John Doe address at 2 o'clock in the morning. They will get the warrant signed. The head of the raiding unit will pass and collect the warrant, and they will go on their raid. It is not hard. It has been happening since Trinidad and Tobago have a police force. It is not hard to get a warrant. I am telling you that from experience. I got a lot of calls today after Stuart Young and Rastaman had the expensive time on the airtime today. A lot of call from judges and lawyers side working and Doro head keeping a meeting. Senior men, senior men. How these 2 ministers looking like clown on our television side, where they feel them alone know the law? Imagine judge telling me that. Side working and Doro head them making themselves into be. So I ask myself, what was the purpose of the SOE? And the only thing came out of it is that you're giving the army the authority that the police have to come into your property, search whatever, mash up whatever, destroy whatever, and when you find nothing, you go back out. Nothing, and you go back out. Keep in mind, the police force, the intelligence unit of Trinidad and Tobago they have what? What they have? They have intelligence. They know who is who. You know how I know that? Faris Al-Rawi told Trinidad and Tobago when the Venezuelans was coming in, they have all the information. They know how much gang. Faris know how much gang and members that have in Trinidad and Tobago. The present Attorney General in Trinidad and Tobago, they know how much gangs it have, how much gang members it have. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service know who is gang members in the community, who is the gunman, who is the drug man, who is the cocaine man, who is the kidnap man, who is the trafficker. They already have that intel. They already have it. So these two clowns now that come out in a press briefing to try and show Trinidad and Tobago, oh, well, they're doing something. Let me tell you something. Or let me call themselves some pretty qualified fools on national television. Pretty qualified fools on national television. You keep a SOE. Go and do all your march. Keep all your party. Serious? We have no time to work with. The power given to the army and police to come in your house anytime, they already had that. But just you had to do it under a certain law. So hear this now. Hear this, Trinidad and Tobago. Remember not too long ago we had individuals, criminal elements, dressing up like police, full gear. They have vehicles with blue light. What about these men coming into your home now and just kicking down your door? What about that? So as of today, we have police, army man, and bandits all dressing in the same tactical gear and breaking down your front door, where you have to stand the cost of repairing and fixing back your property when they leave. For what? For what's your young? I'm going to tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. If the police station in the community couldn't fix the crime in their community, you expect outsider to fix it? Ask yourself this question. All they expect an outsider to fix it? Paula, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
I think this state of emergency is more or less a waste of time. Let me tell you why. If a thief is coming at your house, will they tell you they're coming and you will be waiting for them?
No.
If the press conference today, they practically tell these people who has guns and whatnot, they come in. So you think those people going to sit down? Were they going to wait for them to come for them? And they're going to move it out?
Correct.
They're definitely going to move it out. And the police, them, they had always say, we know who is the criminal and we know the gangster. So what you waiting on to go for them?
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, one question on why there will be no curfew, Stuart Young stated that the government did not want to limit economic activity. Listen to this, clown.
At this decision, the decision is, as I said at the outset, no curfew. We do not want to limit economic activity. We have to have trust and faith in those who have the responsibility for national security, in particular, our intelligence services and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, who have been informing us that they know these criminal elements, etc. So what they're being provided with by this measure here today, a state of emergency, is additional powers, including powers where constitutional rights have been suspended for those particular offenders who so far have been able to evade them on occasion. So right now it is to give them the ability to do what they need to do.
He was once the Minister of National Security. Today he is acting as the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. All the police service need when they gather intel is a search warrant to come in your home. It have nobody. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm making a bold statement here tonight. It have nobody, nowhere in the legal fraternity and the justice system in Trinidad and Tobago will tell you it takes a week or 2 weeks or a month to get a search warrant. All them high-end lawyers in Trinidad probably laughing at you and Westerman. Every single one of them. Those in the protective service, those especially in security, probably watching them clowns and them and laughing at them. How hard it is to get a warrant? Within an hour or two, you're getting a warrant. I am telling you, me asking you, I'm telling you. I am not asking, I am telling. It's not hard within an hour or two. You call a judge, you call a JP, you get a warrant signed, you pick it up, and you conduct your raid. Police already setting up roadblocks all over Trinidad. Stop and search, they already have that power. Hey, let me tell you something. When I tell you, those in authority, there's been embarrassing our country from time to time. Well, I feel a joke I'm making. This conference today gives bandits the ability to dress in tactical uniform and break down your front door in your house. Me asking you, I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. We sure closed door for the year, you know. But when I saw this press briefing, and I saw the ability, and I saw the nonsense, I was like, nah, sir, you had to run your show tonight to educate the people. You had to run your show tonight to educate the people. It take about an hour or two to get a warrant. A phone call from the station, a senior officer leave, you go by the judge or the JP house, they sign it up for you. You go back, you pick up your bell, your boys and them, and you make your raid. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Well done, a very good show, man. No mind the commentary. But I want to say something real quick and real fast on your show, Mr. Saeed.
Talk to me.
Mr. Saeed Ali, I want all the citizens, including you and everybody else in this country, to know that the powers that Mr. Young and Mr. Hines give to the police and the army and the Coast Guard today
is the powers to the criminals. If these two fools don't know that the police, the army, and the Coast Guard is the criminals in this country, then something wrong with them. For example, there is a murder that takes place in the east of Trinidad and Tobago. The homicide in Five River Station has a film showing them who is the criminal with the gun in his hand, and they never do nothing. Nothing up to now. 5 months gone by, sir. The powers that was given today was given to the criminals. That is the criminals of this country, sir. Thank you. You have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. Watchman Trinidad, I had to keep our show tonight, you know, to educate you, you know. Because what these clowns come out and tell earlier is the police already have it. Our police can stop and search your vehicle anytime. Anytime. You don't have to give them that power. They already have that power. So come into your home, they just need a warrant and 50 officers inside your house. So today, tonight, the bandits have gotten authorization from Stuart Young. And fix your head, Fitzgerald Hines, to dress in police uniform and come in your place. Because they don't need to show one damn thing to come in your house. It's sad. It's stinking sad. All the intel they have, this is the best Stuart Young could have come up with. This is the best fix your head, Fitzgerald Hines could have come up with. The best. It's sad. It's stinking sad that we reached this stage. If Fitzgerald Hines was doing his damn work, if Erla was doing their damn work, we'd have never reached this stage. Never. But everybody lay back. Everybody has to lay back and allow criminal elements to override TTPS in this country. I don't care if they like it or not, you know. The truth is the truth, because over 1 million people seeing in Trinidad and Tobago that all those in authority just rock back. That's what they see. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on, there's lots more in store.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Become a member of Realtalk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Realtalk Investments and get 4% on interest, with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Realtalk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we want to congratulate the panelists tonight. Joshua Regrell for going at 31 hours, breaking our record and setting our record and creating our record for Trinidad and Tobago. So tonight, viewers, we want to congratulate him from Real Talk Group of Companies to Joshua. Well done, my friend. All the best to you in breaking our next record or creating a new record. You like Lara, beat your own record. Good luck to you, my friend, and best wishes in the new year. So Trinidad and Tobago, hot topic tonight. SOE discussion. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead. Make it short and sweet, my friend.
Oh, God, I can't take it short. But I have plenty. What I'm saying is going to be pertinent and relevant to this whole issue. This is from like a T20 cricket match. You go in there and you bat and you whoop. If you connect, you connect. Because this is the same style that they use with the pension scheme business. That the Prime Minister, he was out of the country, said he was out of the country. The Attorney General said he was out of the country when the bill went to the Parliament. Mm-hmm. You understand? Mm-hmm. Where is the Attorney General in this scenario right now? Where is the Prime Minister? These are two key players. They comprise of your government, you know. Your Prime Minister and your Attorney General. And if you're going to pass something like this, just like with the last legislation for the pension, and two all you blundered, and now two all you absent from this situation, they tell you that's something that these people really know what the hell they're doing.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. We've gotten it sweet and short tonight because of the fact that the discussion. I want to educate you all tonight. Listen to this, Acting Attorney General Stuart Young has stated it would not have been appropriate for the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, to attend this morning's press conference on the state of emergency. Asked why the PM, the head of the National Security Council, was absent, Stuart Young said it would not be appropriate for the PM to be the person coming out in the first instance to talk about SOE. Let's listen to this.
Not be appropriate for the Prime Minister to be the person coming out as the first instance to talk about a state of emergency. You have the Minister of National Security, who is the conduit and the person advising the National Security Council. And then you have the Attorney General, the acting Attorney General, who's charged with the responsibility of carrying out the legal implications. The Prime Minister himself was the one who convened us at the late hours of yesterday into midnight and has been completely in tune and discussing it with both Minister Hines and myself and Her Excellency the President throughout the course of the wee hours of the morning when I'm sure most were asleep.
You said it wouldn't be appropriate But he's head of the National Security Council, not so. So why isn't it appropriate?
Akash, it is obvious that you hold a different opinion. We are dealing with the facts. Right here you have the two members of the cabinet who are charged with the responsibility. One, the legal responsibility, i.e. the Attorney General, and two, the responsibility for national security. So let's move on to the questions, please.
Fair enough.
The head of the National Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago, it is okay for him to be absent. Okay, good? Nice. When they signed the agreement, right, I want to let you understand something. The head of the National Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago kept a press briefing to educate the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, not into too much about the agreement, but to tell you all we signed an agreement with the United States. Wasn't that the job of the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Wasn't that the job of the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago? So how the hell the Minister, Prime Minister, or the head of the Security Council could come and tell all you that? Why it is that the Minister of Foreign Affairs didn't come and enlighten Trinidad and Tobago about such document? Why the hell the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago didn't come out and tell us about that? Let's talk now. You see, them two ministers feel Trinidad and Tobago. But then again, the Prime Minister already said, we stupid. What do you think? Let's say something. The work that the Foreign Affairs Minister is supposed to be doing, the head of the National Security Council doing it. The work that the Attorney General is supposed to be doing, the head of the National Security Council doing it. Really, Stuart Young? The most lamest, dumb excuse you ever make on national television was what you all just heard. Is what you all just heard. We don't have the Attorney General, you know. We have the acting. The acting. We have the Minister of National Security who said, my job is not to make sure you all are safe. Daddy man, the Prime Minister put in charge of to put together a team to do the research on the fire that took place. Not the head of the firefighting service, you know. He put the Minister of National Security. For the Minister of National Security to appoint somebody else. They didn't go to the head of the fire service, you know. They went to the head of the Minister of National Security. You know anything about fire? Imagine he telling us it's not for his job to make us feel safe, but they're going for he now to appoint somebody to oversee and to look and to research into our fire. When I telling all you, we have some clowns running Trinidad and Tobago, or let us feel as jokes Saieed making. I'm going to tell you something tonight, I'm making no apology, you know. You see what you're saying tonight? Is a little taste of what will begin in 2025 from Real Talk. This is just a little taste. This is the tip of the iceberg all they're getting. Because let me tell you something. When January hits 2025, I will be putting ministers on spot, on hot seat. And I'm insulting all you. Minister, the acting Attorney General said to Trinidad and Tobago, it is not appropriate for the head of the National Security Council to be there, but it was appropriate for the head of the National Security Council to come and address the nation on a document that's signed with the U.S. What do you mean, Minister of Foreign Affairs? What work he doing? What is his portfolio? Somebody say something. Somebody say something. Educate me, stupid. Tonight I don't teach. Tonight me I have no education. When I tell you we have clowns running it, we have clowns running it. You know, a long time you used to sell a little box with a handle to turn. And when you hear it turn and they get tight, pop, up a clown, two pop up on national television today. Two. Call a good night.
Yeah.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yeah, season greetings and happy new year to you and your staff and your listeners.
Same to you and your family, my friend.
Yeah. Why the commissioner wasn't there? And I suppose not supposed to be crying out the You understand?
Thank you.
The Prime Minister not there, the commissioner not there. Listen, this SOE is to draw the people away from things that are going on onto something else.
Thank you, my
Watch
friend.
the left hand, but you're not seeing what the right hand doing.
Thank you, my friend. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Hear this, eh? Sharing statistics on escalation of crime, Hines emphasized the consequences of gangs activities on law-abiding citizens. After 9 years, he now wake up. He now wake up after 9 years. Oh, I forget, he'll be like, what Parliament going on? I forget that. Now, Hines said, the police are interpreting all of this as a virtual outbreak of gang violence, affecting and traumatizing the entire society of Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this and then we go talk.
This calling of the state of emergency, as I said, was based on threats that were provided to us, the National Security Council, information of threats of retaliation by the criminal element. And because of the use of the types of weapons, and we're seeing the brazen type of behavior of these criminal elements in the use of illegal firearms, it necessitated the calling of this public state of emergency, which, as I say, differs significantly from those that were called in 1990, and certainly
will give the police service, supported by the defense force, the leverage to fight back against these trends on your behalf, the law-abiding citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. The way the regulations are going to be structured, as you would have heard Minister Young elucidate, are intended to deal specifically with the lawless and the lawbreakers, and to allow the law-abiding citizenry, the business operators, individuals, groups, to operate their lives as they would normally and ordinarily do. But by our focus on the criminal elements, they will now be allowed to carry on their lives in the peace that we all deserve, in the peace that we all expect. So this is a welcome development for us in national security. I can tell you that operations are underway.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, they held a SOE, unprepared of what to do next. They still need to go to Parliament to debate. So you come, you make your announcement, you alert Trinidad and Tobago, the bandits going to clean up the act for a little 15, 20 days, and that is it. And that's it. That's it. You brought no substance. You ain't even bring forward an apple or a grapes or a pear or a pineapple to let the people know, well, hey, this and this will be taking place. all you come out and you do, you give power to the police, you give power to the army, the bandits have power to come in and dress as tactical gear and break down your house. We have been seeing that in the last few weeks gone by. When police hold you on a normal basis, you have 72 hours to apply for bail. Now they give you 48 hours under the SOE. Some real clowns we dealing with, you know. Some real clowns. That's why I said tonight I had to do my show tonight in order to educate you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. There is now, you know how much lawyers I wanted to come in here to educate earlier? One of my judge friends said, Saeed, I want to come on your show, you know, just to educate you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I said, no, hold it down a little. Say, relax a little. I will deal with it. So when these mamagisms come up on television and want to yap their gum, they feel that because they are MP positioned, they can throw out what they want for the people, and the people just had to zip them out, or I just swallow it. That is all. But it ain't hard to get a warrant. It's not hard. How many of you remember the businessman who got kidnapped in Konopia? Men dressed down as police, tactical gear, fully clothed, Prado and blue lights lighting. Do I expect that in the next 15 days? Do I expect that to be rampant in Trinidad and Tobago, where bandits and police doing the same line of work? I wonder if Stuart Young was thinking. I wonder if Fitzgerald Hank was thinking. I wonder if their advisors were thinking. God help us. Trust me. God help us. Because what they did was real madness. Times, he mentioned that as of December 26, there have been 551 incident murders with 614 victims, 93 of which incident involved multiple victims. The minister noted that these murders were related to gangs. Okay, good. Good. But since when Faris was Attorney General, didn't they know where all the gangs members live? Didn't they know how many gangs they had in Trinidad and Tobago? Didn't they pass legislations, an amendment in Parliament for gangs? And what happened to that? And what happened to that? Hines added that they are dealing with an epidemic, and this is why we are treating this as a public health concern. Listen to Hines.
Woundings and shootings, quite in addition to the murders I've just highlighted to you. So far, 616 incidents of woundings and shootings, meaning where the person, the victim, is shot but fortunately did not die. And those 616 incidents of wounding and shootings accounted for 713 victims. There is no doubt in my mind that we are dealing with an epidemic. And this is why we're treating this as a public health concern, as I explained earlier. We, at the Ministry of National Security, making our contribution to the deliberations that transpired over the last few hours leading to the declaration of a public emergency, we consider this to be a very necessary and useful development.
Necessary and useful development. As I said, the only thing came out of this conference is that they gave power to the police. Nothing again. Nothing. The police could already stop and search. Police just had to get a warrant to come into your property. That is all. And when a police gets in a warrant to come into your property, the bandit doesn't know. Oh, trust me, the bandit doesn't know. So what actually came out of this press conference? Somebody educate me. Paula, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend, you're live.
Saeed, as you were saying earlier on the show, Hines has done the job. But the man don't know what to do, so he can't do his job. Right? And did Hines ever win a court matter when he was lawyer? Anybody know where Hines from? That he wanted to go against Yang. Yang is from where he constituency from. So this what they do here naturally show that citizens of this country have no rights, no security, nothing, because they're coming in your house. How are we going to know who is police, who is bandit?
Exactly.
Right? Because just in the same way they're getting blue lights, they're getting police vehicle.
Same way.
Right? So now what's so we to do when they come and knock in the door at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Right?
You don't open it, they kick you down. Right? You open it, you get robbed, your family get raped, you lost what you have. So they just take away all law-abiding citizen rights and give it to the bandit.
Exactly.
That's what you do. You give nothing to no police, you give it straight to the bandit. And then you do that, they know all criminals go on away. You think they sit down home and waiting for you to come? No. Roadblocks supposed to be put in place before that.
Correct.
They announce that.
Correct.
Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago. Tonight I must. Let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Today is the first day I see Aka Samaru. Stand up. Today is the first day since I in media I see Aka Samaru stand. This is a video with Hines was questioned if he had any thoughts of stepping down after leading this country through the country's highest murder rate ever in history. However, Young interjected before Hines could answer. Young said, "We are here to deal with SO."
Akash, in these circumstances, I know it is directed to Minister Hines, and you are directing it to Minister Hines with a specific purpose in mind, as your face shows. So I am saying that we're here to deal with a very important thing, the state of emergency. That has not arisen, and I'd like us to just move on now, as we have to go and get these regulations out.
Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. I want to congratulate Akash tonight. Seriously. I want to congratulate him tonight. I really want to congratulate him tonight. For a job well done. For a job well done. We're trying to get a video with Akash. So here it is. Political leader for National Transformation Alliance, Gary Griffith, have stated that the declaration of SOE will not solve crime. So now, in his statement, Griffith, a former commissioner and earlier National Security Minister, said this reliance on an SOE is particularly baffling, given that there are other more effective methods to address crime without infringing on civil liability. He added, there must be no repeat of the event of 2011 SOE. Under the then UNC-led People's Partnership Coalition, where incompetence with the political hierarchies led to hundreds of unlawful arrests, damaging the police service, the reputation, and costing taxpayers significantly.
If it is true that a state of emergency has been called because of the escalation in crime, it again shows the double standard and the hypocrisy of this government. Because I recall when the People's Partnership Administration called a state of emergency because of a similar concern, they attacked the then government and stated that a state of emergency should not be used as a crime fighting tool. And me being a previous Minister of National Security Advisor, and Commissioner of Police, I can again state similar that a state of emergency is and should not be used as a crime fighting tool. It is a stopgap measure. It is putting a plaster on a sore. It is not going to deal with the situation. And I mean, all you have to do is look at 2013 to 2015. There was no state of emergency. It was the highest reduction in serious crime in 31 years. In 2019 to 2021, there was no need for a state of emergency because we had the tools, the political will. We were putting the proper policies, units, technology to peg back the criminals. So it shows that you do not need a state of emergency. What you need is not to put square pegs in wrong holes by having an incompetent security minister, a clueless commissioner of police. All you're doing is giving them now more powers to affect the constitutional rights of citizens.
To Trinidad and Tobago, I always say, and I have been saying, the commissioner lay back. Hines, the minister, laid back while criminals took over Trinidad and Tobago. Now, for the next 15 days, TTPS, some of the hard-working, diligent officers will be blamed. You know why? You know why? Because when bandits dress up in tactical gear and break down people's door and steal what they have in their house, you know who's going to get the blame? The hard-working officers of Trinidad and Tobago Police. Hence the reason I ask, who is the individual that advise and educate Stuart Young and the Minister of National Security concerning giving police the power to break down your front? I'm going to tell you something. I will be expecting a score of Trinidad and Tobago citizens taking actions against TTPS when this SOE. Trust me. Because this, you ain't implement no hours. You ain't come out with no strategic plan to announce to Trinidad and Tobago because you still have to go to our parliament. You're still working on legislation. You bring nothing to the citizens. All you come to tell us is that this SOE is about crime and criminal activity. Serious? You that dancy? You that dancy to make those statements on national television? For the last 9 years, what have Hines been doing? For all the years that gone by, what has Erla been doing? I didn't expect Stuart Young to go after anyone at the minister. PNM minister don't go against PNM. So what actually came out of this press briefing? What actually come out? Because the police already have power to fix crime in Trinidad and Tobago. But when the bandits see that the Minister of National Security is a layback minister, when they saw that the Commissioner of Police is a layback and they really care who get robbed, what do you expect bandits to do? Well, come now, man. How come this madness wasn't happening under Gary Griffith? How come? Because Gary would come for you one time. This commissioner said, be nice. Everything fine. It's like fine wine. So now I want to ask the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago I want to ask Hines. I want to ask Stuart Young. I want to ask the Commissioner of Police. I want to ask the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago. How should we identify police from bandits breaking down your front door? Who do we go to? When an individual dressed in police gears breaking down my front door, ransacking my home, picking up my money, who do I go to? Somebody tell me something. Somebody advise me. Who do I go to when they break up my fridge? And they kick down my TV? When they take a knife and they rip up my couch? Who do I go to? How do I identify this is police from this is bandit? How? Tell me how. How do I know if it's police or army coming into my house? When the bandit and the police look in the same way. When the bandit just like police kidnapping people. Could Hines shed some light? Can the acting Attorney General shed some light on that? Can the Commissioner of Police shed some light on that? Can the head of the National Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago shed some light on that? Don't take me for granted, you know. Trust me, don't take me for granted. So a press briefing was held today with no proper directions as to who will be who that will be coming into my house. I'll tell you something. For the police officers who wants to take advantage, be careful. Be careful. For the bandits that want to abuse this type of power that have been handed down to police, you all be careful. Because I will tell you something. Everybody will say, it have a God. And trust me, it have one. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, it's Olia's Day tomorrow. Most of you all will be ringing in the new year in a party somewhere in Trinidad and Tobago. Be safe, and may 2025 give you all that you ask for.